Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Aetherdrift Draft. We're going to be diving right in. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for the free preview account to let me get this recorded for you early. If you enjoy it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. So our rare is Mendicant Core Guidelight, which is a really strong rare. Whenever you cast an artifact, you can copy it by paying 1 if you have max speed. So that's a really powerful rare. It is 2 colors, so it does require a little bit of work, but it's quite good. And there's a lot of good artifacts in blue and white that other decks can't really use that much. So a card like Guidelight Synergist might only really fit into blue-white. But there is also Outpace Oblivion, which is like kind of a devastating 3-drop. Like kill something, starts the engines. Usually if you're on the play, you just kill their thing, hit them, your engine count, your speed goes to 2. That's a really good card as well. So I think I'm going to take that. Because blue-white doesn't really get max speed that easily a lot of the time, I feel like. I don't know. This card's kind of messed up. I'm just going to take the Mendicant. We'll see if we can make it work. Then following it up with an Air Response Unit, which is a really good card with Mendicant. Because it's an artifact, and it has evasion to get that start your engines going. If I'd taken the red card, I would not have a good follow-up, really. I would have taken the Gas Guzzler as a follow-up. But yeah, I like especially trying out the rares early in the format, so we're going to be doing it. And 2 picks in, we're already pretty happy with things. And then pick 3, I think we take Flood the Engine. I mean, it's kind of a perfect start, honestly, for a Mendicant deck. There is a Midnight Mangler. We could maybe wheel. I don't think Broadside Barrage is good for the red-blue decks. Last Ride I like as well. Feels like life totals get low in a hurry, so having a super efficient threat can be really nice. And then Light Wheel enhancements may be good for getting that max speed in a blue-white deck. But yeah, I so far think this format has been pretty fun, but it's very quick in my experience. So removal spells to shut down early aggression are really premium. And as are early creatures that are good. Oh my gosh. Copy of an artifact or creature you control. Mendicant is a legendary creature. And then this is just a perfect artifact to play. I love Spikeshell Harrier. I think the Shaped Thief is pretty okay. But copying an artifact or creature you control, usually you're copying something that costs less than 4 if you're playing it on curve. Flash is nice. Spikeshell is just so good. I think Spikeshell is just a better card. It's one of my favorite uncommons. Being able to reduce your opponent's speed can really just mess with their plans in a way that very few other cards can. I also like Night Market a lot. But so far we went Mendicant into good white artifact, good blue removal spell, good blue artifact. So we're kind of cooking. And then another good blue artifact. We are really cooking now. Lightning Strike is good, but when we're going for a Mendicant artifact deck, the Spikeshell Harrier is just the perfect card. It's excellent here. I mean, blue-red might be more open. We'll have to wait and see, but 2 Spikeshell Harriers at the top end. Pretty excellent. The only problem is if we're starting our speed with Mendicant, we might not be able to slow our opponents down. But if you have a better speed than your opponent, you're already in good shape. And 5 mana 4/4 bounce, something is just really good. So their speed has to be greater than everyone else's speed. Yeah, okay. So far, so good. I like trying out these cards. And sometimes it leads to really sweet and fun decks that you can't get if you aren't willing to risk it for the biscuit, as they say. You have to be willing to risk it for the biscuit. I think Mendicant would agree. He looks like the sort of guy that always risks it for the biscuit. And now another Flood the Engine. We are really doing it. There's no white cards in this pack, but that's okay as well. We're going to be able to get white cards pack 2, and maybe some artifact white cards that nobody else can use. We are seeing a little bit of green, a little bit of black, but nothing even too crazy. Gearseeker Serpent's going to be great in this deck. This is the deck for Gearseeker Serpent. Just play a bunch of artifacts, and then just drop down a cheap Gearseeker Serpent. There is bounce off, cheap interaction. Can be useful, but we'd never want more than one copy of this, and we're trying to build like the perfect Gear Seeker Serpent deck. We would love to get that 2-mana 3/3 vehicle. That's one of my pet cards early on. The 2-mana 3/3 that's only a creature on their turn. But yeah, so far we are cooking. Yeah, the lore is really cool for the Mendicant people. They're like looking for their home world that they got lost from, and so they're just like explorers, kind of. It's really cool. Air response unit. Wherever the racers go, help follows. The flavor text is sweet. There had been a time when the End Riders would have killed for water. Target acquired, resolution, imminent impact. Gear Seeker Servant. The biggest collector of vehicles on Avishkar is also the largest. Okay. I mean, I would love this guy for the double artifacts, but it's kind of just inefficient, and this is a 2-mana 0/8. It's just like, they can't get through this guy. I like this if you have some inevitability. It's between that and the camera launcher, which I just don't think is good. The shock and awe of a 2-mana 0/8 is also just staggering. Like, oh my gosh, this thing's huge. Okay, we will take the Guide Light Optimizer now. We could take Howler's Heavy or Bright Guild Glider, but this guy is going to be able to cast our Spike Shell Harrier. Which is nice. And we're not trying to splash in this type of deck usually when you have a 2-mana guy that's on color. I wouldn't mind Howler's Heavy, but getting a good 2-drop for our deck is great. We could have maybe even gone into some artifacts, but we're just going to take the camera launcher now. Yes! The Mangler. Why is Last Ride still in the pack? I don't get it. I mean, it's just a 1-mana thing that can pretty big quickly, I think. The Mangler is awesome. Blue is so open. It could be that other players are avoiding blue, and I just get all the blue cards as a result. I mean, we only got one white card that pack, so maybe players are taking all the white cards. But pack 2, we can get the white cards we want. Like this guy, Guide Light Synergist. Or this one, but I don't think I'm going to take this one. I only have a couple discard things. This is a discard thing. I don't really have a lot of cycling. I kind of want to just take this. There's this. There's also just the blue-red card. Like, I could avoid Mendicant and just go for the boosted sloop plan. But, like, I don't know why I would. This card's really good in my deck. I have so many artifacts. I already have 7 artifacts. I'm not going to wield the Tranquil Cove, sadly. I'm such a sucker for these lands. Like, I take them way higher than I should sometimes. The only other card that's in contention is the sloop, but I'd rather just get this guy. Another Harrier. Don't mind if I do. Harrier Wheel Guide Light Optimizer. Analysis. Systems operating at 125% efficiency. Analysis. Systems operating at 125% efficiency. Stress within expected tolerances. Exclamatory. Punch it. There's also Gallant Strike for killing big things cheap, but I'm just going to keep taking these. I was like, where did my third one go? There he is. Yeah, Optimizer seems perfect for my deck, and nobody else can really use it. So, the perfect plan. So now I can take Stock Up, I think. It's between Stock Up. I mean, this is a really good pack, honestly, for me. I think Stock Up is just an absolute beating, so I'm going to take it, I think. Digging 5 and getting to take 2 is a lot. But I would love a Leonin Surveyor. And I also would love... I mean, I would probably play Light Wheel Enhancements in this deck. And there's also Hull Drifter, and then Risen Necro Regent is pretty great. But I'm not going to splash it. Stock Up is really good. Reef Roads now over Broadcast Rambler. I mean, I have some vehicles. 2 vehicles. I'm just going to take the Reef Roads. So the a 2-mana 0/4 that can crew with its toughness. Or I could just take Canyon Vaulter. The 2-mana 3/1. I don't really have mounts and stuff. I could also just take Scrap Compactor. As like a cheap artifact to make my stuff cheaper. Gear Seeker Serpent. I'm just going to take the Canyon Vaulter. I think. Still pack 2. I can get more vehicles. Oh, man. I don't know if this is the deck for this, but I do think this card could be good. Like, you just mill your opponent out. What are they going to do? So you mill them for 2. Then you mill them for 2. Then you mill them for 2. That's 3 mills for 2. I want to test it. I just think I'll have to see it in action. I'm playing a blue-white control deck. This is probably a good home for it. Like, I'm missing out on a Canyon Vaulter. I guess you only get to exhaust it once. But you only have to mill half their library. And then you get them with the rest. I don't know. I want to see how it does. Seems like the sort of deck card that some decks can't beat, but most of the decks in the format are not that deck. So maybe just bad as a result. I could have had another Canyon Vaulter, but I do things for science and for your benefit, viewer. Also, if I copy it with Mendicant. Nice. Getting some life gain in here is going to be good. This card would be good in a cycling deck. My artifact count is at 10. Gear Seeker's looking great. So Riverturn Monument is like for the slow matchups, so I have inevitability. So if I'm playing like a Kalorna, I don't like feel like, oh, I'm just going to lose this game if my opponent plays a like more controlling deck. What the? I can't believe this card is still in the pack. I guess maybe blue-red is hard to draft. They need specific cards. Sure, we'll get this. Wow. Still Spin Out and Siphon Fuel. I'm not doing a great job of hovering over the cards. I apologize, but those are like removal spells. Players normally like removal spells. I don't think Guidelight Optimizer wheeled. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Gosh, I'm having so much fun. This is a blast. It's just cool playing the set. The cards seem pretty cool. Wow, we got this guy back. Or we could take Scrap Compactor. I'm going to take the Scrap Compactor. It's more of a control card anyway. And a little bit of the synergy piece. Makes this guy cost less. Stuff like that. Nice. I'm actually happy to get the Broadcast Rambler. What did I take over Guidelight? It was definitely something better, but I still kind of wish I'd gotten a Guidelight. Well, bingo, bango, bongo. We got like one of the best rares in the set. This card is absolutely broken. Comes into play, deals 3, and then every time it attacks, it deals 3. It's just messed up. What else is there? There's this card, which is great. This card, which is nice. Night Market, but this is the easiest Sky Sovereign ever. Weird looking art, though. Like, what is this thing doing? It's like a weird fish blimp. Engineers take inspiration from nature when it comes to efficiency and aerodynamics. Why not intimidation, too? Get intimidated, honestly. So this makes artifacts cost 1 less. It might wheel, though. Like, I have a lot of artifacts in my deck. Making them all cost 1 less seems pretty tempting. 13 artifacts. I'm not going to take it over the land, though. I kind of want this to wheel. I don't think it will, but I kind of want it to. Playing this on turn 4, this on turn 4. I think Night Marker's just super good, though. Helps you avoid flooding. Oh my gosh, we got another Mendicant Core. Oh my gosh, I regret everything. I should have taken the artifact. Pain. This is so good. I love Mendicant. 2 mana, 0/8. Oh, so many decisions now. So I could take another Night Market. I could take another... I'm not going to take a second 0/8 because it's legendary. I could take a Scrap Compactor because that's just a good card with Mendicant. It's cheap, easy to cast. I'm just going to take another Night Market, though. I'm not playing every artifact that I have in this deck. 3 tap lands is maybe a little bit much, but... yeah, a lot of bonus sheet cards do look like Secret Lair. Trevor something, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate the support. Jeez. There's a lightning strike, pick 5. Yes! Oh, we did it. Oh my gosh, this card is perfect for me. Because when I get it, I can immediately go get Mendicant. Artifact that costs 2. Boom. It's like now I have 3 Mendicants almost. I was really hoping to get this card. Gosh, I regret not taking every single artifact and every single artifact card that says... I mean, I got the 2 Night Markets, which are going to be helpful. And I already have plenty of playables. I'm going to play the Swiftwing Assailant to help me get to max speed for Mendicant for when I do have it in play. This card's actually... 2 mana 0/4, tap for 2 activated abilities. I don't have a lot of exhaust abilities, though. I just want the Skystreak Engineer so I can chip in for damage and get my abilities flowing. Do not think this card is good, but I will take a Collision Course. Get another removal spell. $32 cards here, but 3 of them are lands, so that's 29 cards. So I really do have to make some cuts. Gosh. There were a couple times where I could have taken more artifacts, and instead I took non-artifact. Ticket Tortoise. Here we go. Cloud Spire, Sky Cycle. I'm going to take the Tortoise. I don't mind playing a Tortoise. Yes! Hole Drifter wheeled. Nicely done, Nikolai. Nicely done. I kind of wanted to try Hole Drifter. The removal spell. It's going to be hard to cut this down. Looks like a lot of playables. Yeah. Maybe I should have taken that 3 mana guy that makes my artifacts cheaper. It did not wheel. Not that I expected it to. Making my 5 drops cost a little bit less would have been nice, but... okay. I don't think I want the Skybox Fairy. Okay, so this is 49 cards. And it's kind of nice because I've got mostly blue, but I have these two things, so it makes it easy to justify my mana base and stuff. So I'm going to cut the 2 Howlers Heavies. I don't think they're great. I don't think Trip It Up is very good either. I think Camera Launcher is a little bit just weak as a card. Keen Buccaneer is a little bit weak for my deck. Like, not useful. I don't need Daring Mechanic. Don't need Canyon Vaulter. My vehicle already has flying. Thank you very much. Both of them do, actually. I've got the Monument that I kind of want to try. This is kind of a 3-drop a lot of the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't love trip up. Maybe I do cut the ticket tortoise. No, maybe I just cut the Sky Streak Engineer and the ticket tortoise. It's tough though, because I want to have as many artifacts as possible for these guys. I could cut the Broadcast Rambler. It's probably between that and Hole Drifter. I just need more 2-drops. Yeah, I think Broadcast Rambler is a little bit unreliable because the 1/1's so fragile. I just kind of like it because it's 2 artifacts, 1 card. I've got a little bit of evasion. Creature count, medium. River Turn Monument might be bad, but I just want to at least see it in play once to get a real sense for it. Because my deck is kind of a stall deck. Swift-Wing Assailant is probably necessary to try and get my Mendicants rolling. Though it's kind of an expensive non-artifact. Okay, I'll try it like this. This will be the build, and I will see you folks in the games.
Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon support helps me make high quality content on a consistent basis, and as one of the ways I say thank you, I provide access to exclusive bonus resources like my card by card tier list for each set and other cool rewards like that. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really makes a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games.
Welcome to round 1. I'm gonna have to mulligan this, sadly. My opponent mulliganed too, though, so it's fair. Ooh. I'm gonna try the River Turn. We'll see what we're up against, but immediate regret. You know how life is, though. Ooh, a blue-white mirror match. Never mind, I might be okay. Never mind. This is kind of... I mean, it's only 2 power return, honestly. It's gonna be kind of hard to block. Let's see how this does. I mean, Hole Drifter would have undoubtedly been better this game. We could have traded with this thing. Let's see what you do, River Turn Monument. Could have been a Hole Drifter. The fact that all their stuff is flying is really annoying. That's a huge draw. Okay. Is there a way to turn off these fans? I don't think so. I'm just trying to mill them every turn with this thing because I only have so much time to use it. And while I hold this up to deal with that guy, I buy myself time to find a flyer or something. Or just a kill spell for the glider. Nice. No. So I have 8 cards. It's not going to be fast enough. I need to find a flyer or something. I mean, I have flyers in my deck. And another couple of these guys. Each of which buys me a turn. Oh, that won't buy me a turn. That thing's going to kill me dead very quickly. No, my Harrier. I wasn't going to draw it next turn anyway. Wow, I can't believe I found an answer. I'm still in it. Honestly, I was pretty close. Gosh. If they hadn't had this removal spell for this guy, I would have won. Target this. They hit me down to 1, and I milled them for 2. They would have had 15, and then 14 in their graveyard. No, they would have drawn a card to be up to 16, and they would have had 14 in their graveyard. I needed one more spell this game. Oh my gosh. Or I needed them to draw one more land. Like if they draw one more land. Wow. Yeah. I was so close. Dang it. Ugh. If I'd kept both that and Hull Drifter, I think I would have won probably. Maybe. Who knows? I didn't draw like any of my good cards that game, it felt like, right? Like, I mean, I didn't draw my Sky Sovereign. I didn't draw my Spike Shell Harrier. I mean, didn't get to play one. That got milled. That was on the bottom. This card would have been a blocker. That could have been a blocker. That would have been a blocker. I mean, most of my cards have flying. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy that I didn't find an answer. Jeez. That's how it goes sometimes. We'll try it again. The mill card was close. I could see games where it like wins the game on its own. It's more of a sideboard card. Like if this was best of 3, I would start it in the board and then bring it in the matchups where it's unbeatable. Oh, man. That was somewhat brutal of a game. Welcome to another round. Can we keep this? Yes. If I draw planes, this hand is unbelievable. And as such, I will gamble. It is a risk, though. I have 2 draw steps to draw planes. I have like 9 of them. And if I draw an island, it's not the end of the world. This is a very sketchy keep. Because if I draw a planes this turn, I'm like very heavily favored. If I draw planes the turn after that, I'm still in okay shape, I think. If I draw an island this turn, I can still do stuff. It's not a great keep. I'm keeping this 2-1 on lockdown. Nice. Rare land. I keep thinking I get to draw 2 cards too when that happens. Well, that's a good card. Okay. Sure. I almost just jammed the flood the engine there. Here we go, moment of truth. Land for the win. Huge. Through 3. I kept it on top. Sure. is kind of toasting them, not gonna lie. Sky Sovereign is messed up. Gosh. I never doubted it for a second. Also, Mendicant is sick. 2 mana, 3/3. Let's go. The engines have been started. Oh, sure. Oh, man, that's actually really problematic. Drain me for 3. Okay, do I win this? 6/6. Can I get to 6 things in play? Because this can hit them. This destroys target artifact. This is not an artifact. It can deal damage equal to permanents I control that are creatures and or vehicles. 1, 2, 3. I can't actually kill them. Oh, no. I have the win. Oh, I do have the win. Because this is 6, 10, 13. So I just have to deal 3 to this, then deal 3 to this. Oh, no, that actually doesn't work. Yeah, because they can crew. Oops. So I have to block this without this thing killing me. Without this thing dying, I mean. Because if this thing dies, they can bring it back. But they don't have a creature to crew it with right now. Wow, this has been very crazy as a game. Hopefully I can get the win. Oh, man. You're kidding me. Oh my gosh, they top decked it. I can't believe it. What a frickin' top deck. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I can't believe I lost that game that way. Oh my gosh. I'm so tilted. That's so frustrating. The only thing I could have done differently that game is I could have Sky Sovereign targeted their face the first time, but then I might have died to the creature that I left alive. Because they had like a 3/3 on the ground or something. Just frustrating loss, honestly. I don't even think they'd played that card yet, so it wasn't like even on my radar at all. Okay, well. Let's just try to get some wins, I guess. I could have also, instead of gone Sky... I mean, going Sky Sovereign first is just clearly the play, though, so... I even had this Gear Seeker Serpent so it wouldn't kill the 6/6 in combat. Can't reduce their speed below 1. It is a vanilla 2-mana 3/3, but it's legendary. So I guess that makes it okay. They're holding up mana suspiciously here. But we're just going to go for it anyway. I'll hold this to cycle it. I mean, I think my deck is good. I'm actually going to add the Start Your Engine 3/3 flyer, though. Oh, I can't target them with this, so that wasn't even aligned with the other guy. Nice. Nice little win. I play 4 matches with the decks, but if it's a 2/2, then I play the last one. So we're trying to win 3 in a row to get some value here. So I lost the 1 game to that crazy top deck, and I lost that 1 game to the... After keeping a sketchy hand. And I lost 1 game because my mill guy wasn't fast enough. With backs to the wall, I think mill is more of a meme. And we already got to see it in action 1 game, even if that game did kind of suck in terms of me actually playing other spells. The more I play the Ticket Tortoise, the more I'm conflicted about it, because I feel like it has some potential. Molt Tender. Red, green. Okay. I'm going to get as many artifacts in play for this Gear Seeker Serpent as I can. Stock up. They have a blue card. I'm using the Ticket Tortoise. And I also don't want to play the Gear Seeker until my Venom Sac, until the Venom Sac is gone anyway. I think Ticket Tortoise is the card that forces me to make the most makes me make the most misplays of any card in the set by far. Okay. But it is kind of cute when you can do this. Like, I'm very satisfied right now. I should have crewed and hit them for 3, maybe. Yeah, the 1 extra land would have been, but this way I can cycle the night market. They're playing stall out? Huh. So now I can cycle this or use this. I'm trying to use this to kill this guy. Nice. Okay, that guy's kind of beefy. Too bad I didn't have my mill artifact. Why? I only can do that as sorcery, right? I would not have skipped the land drop if I did not have the Gear Seeker in hand to get the mana back immediately. And probably wouldn't have done it even if I had didn't have the cycling land in hand. Funny, I got rid of my treasure and a couple artifacts, so that guy would have been even bigger. Oh no. That guy's scary. Five, 8, 11. He gets the win. Oh my gosh. What a battle. Look at how useful the lands were there. That's the sort of game where getting one extra creature from this and getting a new card from this won me the game. Very subtly, but I might have lost that game, and very likely would have if I hadn't had those extra resources. Oh, now we're 2-2, battling for the winning record, battling bounce back from the mill game and the other game, and oof, everything on the line in this one. This is for the winning record. This is for proving that they will find their way home. The little artifacts that could. Let's roll. Gosh, that's why temporary lockdown effects are kind of meh. Okay, we're keeping. In this situation, I will play this land because I have a 5-drop already. And I already have a card draw spell to find more action. Though, this is the card I would have been looking for anyway, so. Shoot, if I was on the draw this game, it would have been over. 2 to the top, not great. Okay. I suspect they're going to make a bunch of tokens coming up. Not the most efficient play, but Sky Sovereign should save me, hopefully. Uh-oh. This guy's already gained me 4 life. He will gain me more. So if I play this, I get Mendicant. Then I can crew this. I am nervous here. But if I survive this turn, I think I got them. Okay. I'm so nervous. Okay. '08 has been an all-star. Were they dead? No, they weren't dead because I didn't have the mana. Because this could... Actually, they were dead. I had them dead on board. Okay, so here's how I needed to do it. I'll just show you because I noticed it right after I made my play, which is because I wasn't playing my best. But if I can activate this, which makes my guy a 3/4, right? And if then I can crew the Guidelight Pathmaker, and Guidelight Pathmaker can crew Sky Sovereign, and that gives me 9 power in the air, and they don't have any flyers, and they don't have any stuff. And so then I can win the game this turn, which I should have done, obviously. There's no reason not to. They're tapped. They have no cards in hand. There's nothing they can do to stop me. Huge. What a victory. We got there. We rattled off the 3 in a row. I knew we could do it. I never doubted it in a million years. We lost the middle game. Shocker. And we lost that one game to the top deck. But other than that, we had a very successful time with the Mendicant, and it was very satisfying, and I had a blast. So if you made it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag artifacts to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, or you can leave hashtag the core because we had double Mendicant core and it was very satisfying. Sky Sovereign totally carried us. That card is absolutely insane. The Guidelight Pathmaker was really cool that game. The 2 mana Gear Seeker Serpent with 3 lands in play was also awesome. So many sweet plays to make with this deck, and a lot of fun rattling off the reverse sweep to get the winning record. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again to Wizards of the Coast for the free preview account. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback, and I'll talk to you next time.